Hey guys, welcome back to some more Raid Shadow Legends. Today's video, we're going to be doing some summons, and this is the third time in almost 2 months that we have done summons. Unfortunately, in this game, you do not get a lot of summon materials. It takes a lot to get the summons, but also remember, when you get a champion, you only need that one copy to build up that champion. It is super imperative that you're lucky with the summons, and we're going all in everywhere. I'm going to do the summons. I want to go ahead. I want to do the Altar of Souls. We're going to do the Tavern. We're going to build another 5-star hero up to 6 stars. And we also have another one that is kind of primed. You can see right here, all of these 4 stars are already at level 30 of 40. We're going to have them within the next week, having another 6-star champion that is coming right down the pipeline, one by one. We are building these out and maxing them out in the entirety. Now, looking in the portal, we do have the progressive chance right now, and these are the two that were chosen. So going through here, the Wallmaster, this is one that absolutely decimates in the Hydra, one that I can use, and definitely for the High Elves, this is going to be a very, very powerful. Now, we kind of compared, looked over on Hell Hades. This was a hero that have an overall 5 rating, and then we also know Geomancer. Now, this hero, again, kind of completely broken as a champion because we do have this Stone Skin ability, we have an HP burn, we have fully depletes the target's turn meter, all of it, fully depleting. Kind of crazy with this one, and you do get some extra attacks, some HP burn. There are a lot of different things that this champion does bring. Absolutely want to see it. And then looking at our Void Charge, we are picking up these two as well. Now, this is the dwarfs. Now, I only have one single dwarf at this time, which was the free one that we actually earned. But we're going to go ahead and pick up this legendary one. And then out of these two, we went with Shamal, the Inquisitor Shamal out of here. So let's go ahead and hop in these. Now, Primal Shards, we're going to go ahead. We're going to do the summons. Like I said, we're going to use everything in its entirety. See if by chance we can get lucky with any of these pulls. I know we're not in a 2x event, but I am perfectly okay with it because getting a few rares out of here, getting some of the epics, possibly looking at a legendary would be absolutely amazing to see. So there we go. So that one, we got two pulls, and this is the starter champion. So interesting enough, so this is the starter champion. Now, Sacred Order, we do have a significant amount of Sacred Order champions, but very cool to see that we can also just get the starter champion through here. Didn't know, I thought you got one of the 4 at the beginning, but now we have 2 of the 4 starter champions in the entirety. Void Shards, again, just looking for that Void hero. Maybe we'll get lucky with the legendary. Maybe it is just going to be another rare, but it is a Void rare. So you do have to be aware, guys, when it comes to Void, when it comes to Barbarians, again, another faction we do not have many of. And there is a lot of utility when it comes to the rare heroes in general. Now, going into our Ancient Shards, this we're going to get the progression chance because we saved up 26 of these. Again, I want to use them, see if we can get, and I'm going to do 10x at a time. I want to see what we can pull out of here and if we get lucky. So we got an epic right there. Fane, that is a new one. Let's go ahead and see what Fane does bring. That is, again, look at a couple of these. And I'm hoping to also pull a few, which I'll show you guys in a minute for the fusion. But there is Fane, a Skinwalker. This is, I believe, the absolute first epic Skinwalker that we did pull out of here. So currently attacks 1 enemy 2 times, stealing the turn meter. Absolutely love that one. Here is a 2 poison debuff, decreasing attack, very strong. Then we have a decreased defense and a weaken. That is a really, really good champion to be building out. Again, the rest of these are building out, and we have those. Now, that only gave us 15 or gave us 20 out of there. We did not get any in this legendary one on the bottom. Let's go ahead and do 10 more summons. But like I was saying, we're looking at the fusion for the Relic Keeper. We need to get a copy of the Executioner. We need to get a copy of Sorceress. Both of those do come from campaign progression. Looking in here, both of these are actually locked. I already have them built. I already have them at 4 stars, level 40. So hopefully we can get lucky with one of the rares in here being one of those champions that we're actually looking for in here. There's the Rotting Mage. There's a Drake. Look at that double epic right there. And we're not going to see no legendaries in there, but there is Boltsmith. Let's check out Drake. So Lizardmen. Very, very cool looking epic right there. We got some grants an extra attack. So we got a straight up attack right there. If the target is less than 50 HP, the attack is always critical. I don't like that. Through gear, it is very easy to get them critical rating up to 100. Decrease accuracy, decrease speed. Very cool. Then he does bring the faction crypts. This is the place that the Lizardman absolutely is going to be used. And then we have the Rear Guard Sergeant, another dwarf out of here. We're getting pretty lucky with these dwarfs. So right here, decrease defense, which I love, decrease attack, big debuffer, ally protect, and continuous heal. Very similar to what we have going to have on our new 5 or 6 star, excuse me, champion that is going to be coming. Let's go ahead and summon a couple more because we have 6 more in here. Can't do a 10 pull, but we can do them individually. And look at this guy. Ogarin tribe, that is very cool. The wagon bane has a big wagon wheel in there. Let's go ahead and open this up a little bit further. We've been maxing these out, and I feel like we're always going to be maxing this out in the entirety. Now, Skull Scorn, we have a couple copies of. Where is a legendary? Could we see a legendary in here? I would love to see Geomancer. Honestly, Geomancer would be awesome. There is Spikehead with a giant spike head, so they're very literal when it comes to the champion summons. Another rare in here, Life Taker, another Shadowkin. So we do have a few Shadowkins in here. Come on, where is that epic? Again, another copy of Wagonbane, and the final pull. Could it be something epic? It is just another rare hero. So unfortunately, this is Margrave Greenhawk. Very, very cool looking indeed. So that's it for our summons in here. Now let's hop over and let's check out what we have within this Ultra of Souls. If these don't quit popping up. So Ultra of Souls, this is another one where we want to use all of these stones. We already have 5 of the Mortal Stones. Hopefully we're going to get a champion that we already possess, which would be awesome. So there is a copy, and 3-star soul right there. Delana. Unfortunately, we do not have any copies of Delana, but that is a legendary soul, which we will absolutely take it. And here right there is a rare I believe, again, that that's another one we do not have. Arbalster? So here is another one. Again, one that we do not have. Hopefully, fingers crossed, guys, we get one that we actually do possess. Skink, I'm not sure that we do have Skink. And the final one in here, boom, is a mythic. So a 2-star. It is the chicken. So it is Gallus the chicken. So looking at the awakening, we do have him. We do have Skink, and this is a 4-star. So we could build this up a little bit further. Might have to look to see how exactly, if this champion does perform well, we could look in there and see exactly what we want to. Now, out of the events, we did have the summoning rush. That is the big reason why we wanted to focus on this. Now, we haven't gotten any points here, so that gave us 1,000 points. That also gave us the Titan points right there, which is what we were looking to collect. I know we were sitting on a ton of resources, but that also does bring us closer. It gives us the 2-star Perfect Soul, and it brings us into 300. So we're now into milestone number 3 that we're moving into to get some more souls, get everything else that we have within here. And also within the tavern, I've been waiting to do the upgrading of the rank, and we are doing Taragi. Now, Taragi the Frog, of course, is massive when it comes to bosses, when it comes to guild boss, when it comes to a lot of different places, the ally protect, everything else that he has. Now, one of the things that we're noticing right now is Taragi dies very, very fast, which is the reason why, again, utilizing this food that we have, we are going to take him to 6 stars. That is going to take him to level 1. Guys, we have to go all the way back to 60 again. I do not think we have any other, or yeah, we do have a couple. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to burn those on Taragi. I want to build him up a little bit further. Going in there on level 1, just trying to kind of straight up level him. Very, very inefficient, but taking him to 30 with 10 of our brews, absolutely, guys, I will do that all day long. Look at that. Adding a truckload of stats in there. The attack going up quite a bit, defense going up, and we have been stacking Taragi for HP and really trying to get him much stronger, a lot more survivability when it comes to him, as well as these masteries. You can see we're at 154 right there. Now, masteries, we finished them out for Supreme Galak. We're almost there for Kale. Also for Alice, I think we need 250. Is it 250 or is it 350? So 350 will max out Alice. We're also looking again, Tagore is almost there. We need 350 to max that out. Even looking at a few other ones in here, even Deacon, we're getting to the point where we're having and we're building out and maxing out all of these masteries in the entirety, which is, again, kind of by design. I wanted to make sure that we had about 5 of our champions specifically that we're building out kind of set by set by set. Even here, guys, when you look at his HP, I mean, we're talking 32K. Getting this defense a lot higher is going to be my big focus. That way we can actually land and actually have some survivability. Because what we're seeing right now is with this shield and this ally protect, he is taking a lot of the damage. Unfortunately, he is dying very early. I'm going to have to build him out a little bit further. I feel like, again, a lot of these defense masteries are going to make a big difference for his survivability. which is going to work. Now, overall challenges, I also did hit the gold class in arena. For the first time ever, we got to the classic arena. We went ahead and we did hit gold in the entirety. Now in here within the mailbox, we don't want to waste any of our resources. A lot of players do. 3 days, 3 days. I've been burning through so many of these. And of course, as the result, pushing through a lot of the content here, pushing through a lot of the PvP content. And it's because we're using all of our resources. If we literally just left the resources and if they sat in our mailbox and we let them decay, it would be absolutely detrimental to really the progression we have here. And I'm hoping we can take her down. There we go. Sometimes Alice, and there we go. We get the gold medals out of here. Very, very cool. Now, gold medals, of course, we've been building this up and not really the ideal way. When we got to the Great Hall, we're starting to build all of these to 4. Once we do get these, you can see we got 232 or 2 of 84. So gold is going to build this up much faster. But looking at building all of these up in the entirety, and then, of course, focusing on all of these, that way we can just build them up a little bit further. It looks like gold medals is going to be pretty quick to build with the gold, but going back and forth between the silver and the gold are going to make a big difference for the progression, being able to build everyone up as well. We've been using a lot of our energy, doing all of our dailies, rolling up to the weeklies, to the monthlies, and then, of course, we have been finishing out all of our advanced things every single day. Very cool to see the progression that we made on the account. We have a lot more energy that is coming. I'm hoping to farm a couple places because tournament levels, we are in number 1 for the classic arena right now. Almost got those extra points up there, but Dragon Turn Attack is coming up in a few hours. So I am just going to sit on the stamina, sit on the energy as it sits right now. I'm not going to use any of it. We're just going to save everything that we have, making sure that we have the ability to go ahead and be competitive within that and continuing out the event in the entirety. Sorry guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and as always, thank you guys for watching.